Have you ever sunk into your favorite armchair in the middle of the afternoon, the world outside humming faintly as your eyelids grow heavier with each passing minute? For so many older adults, a daytime nap can feel like a well-deserved treat, a quiet moment to rest, recharge, and escape the hustle and bustle. The soft rays of sunlight casting through the window, the warm, comforting embrace of your armchair, it all seems to promise a fleeting escape, a moment of peace amidst the chaos. But what if that nap, which seems like an oasis of calm, is quietly betraying you? What if, instead of restoring your vitality, those stolen hours of sleep are slowly unraveling your health? As we journey through the later stages of life, say between the ages of 65 and 80, our bodies undergo significant changes. Our sleep patterns, too, begin to shift. The once clear line between day and night blurs, and daytime naps become not just a luxury but a routine. For someone like Margaret, a 720-year-old retired librarian, napping after lunch has become as natural as her morning cup of chamomile tea. It's her way of staying connected to the energy of her grandkids, those lively little whirlwinds who leave her both tired and joyful. But Margaret, like so many others, may not realize that her midday nap could be disrupting more than just her afternoon rhythm. It could be throwing her entire body into subtle chaos, affecting everything from her energy levels to her heart's steady beat. The truth is, excessive daytime sleep isn't just about feeling groggy or sluggish. It can ripple through your entire body, impairing your metabolism, clouding your mind, and even straining your heart. In this exploration, we will peel back the layers of research that have uncovered 7 surprising ways that excessive daytime sleep reshapes your body and mind, especially in those golden years. From disrupting your circadian rhythm to its unexpected impact on your digestion, brain function, and even your mood, we'll dive deep into the hidden consequences of too much daytime sleep. Stick with us until the end, and we'll share practical, science-backed strategies to help you reclaim better energy, sharper focus, and a healthier, more vibrant life. Ready to learn how to make a change? Let's dive in. First, disrupt circadian rhythm. Imagine your body as a perfectly tuned orchestra, each instrument playing its part in harmony to create a beautiful symphony. The conductor of this orchestra, your circadian rhythm. This internal clock of yours dictates when you feel awake and when you naturally crave sleep, responding to the ebb and flow of light and darkness. It's a finely balanced 24-hour cycle, one that whispers to your brain, guiding you to rest when the day ends and wake when the morning light arrives. When your circadian rhythm is functioning well, you drift into sleep as night falls, and you wake up feeling refreshed with the first light of dawn. But when you nap too long during the day, especially those naps that stretch beyond 30 to 60 minutes, that rhythm can go off-key. It's like someone swapping the sheet music mid-performance, and suddenly, the violins are playing when the drums should be. The whole symphony stumbles, and the result is a disrupted sleep-wake cycle. Take Harold, for example. He's a 60-year-old widower who spends his days tinkering in his garage. After the loss of his wife, Harold found comfort in his daily routine and long afternoon naps. These naps sometimes stretch to 2 hours or more, and while they help him cope with the loneliness of the day, they have begun to take a toll on his sleep at night. Harold now finds himself wide awake at midnight, staring at the ceiling, the silence pressing in on him. Why? Because those long naps are throwing off his circadian rhythm, confusing his body's natural sleep cues. Research tells us why. Long naps, especially those longer than 30 minutes, can delay the release of melatonin, the hormone that signals to your body that it's time to sleep. For Harold, this means that while he may feel rested after an afternoon nap, his body isn't ready for nighttime sleep. The result? Restless nights and sluggish mornings, a cycle that builds over time. Guitar Robert Harrison, a sleep specialist with over 25 years of experience, explains it like this: many older adults, like Harold, believe a long nap can make up for a poor night's sleep. But it's actually a trap. Napping too long during the day signals to your body that it doesn't need as much sleep at night, disrupting your natural rhythm. It's like eating a big snack right before dinner. You're just not hungry when you should be. This confusion only grows worse with time. The more you nap during the day, the more your body struggles to differentiate between day and night. Research confirms that seniors who nap excessively often report feeling out of sync, with mornings dragging and evenings buzzing with restless energy. If you've ever felt this, staring into the darkness after a nap, you're not alone. Harold's predicament is shared by many who fall into this cycle of poor sleep and excessive daytime rest. Second, increases risk of nighttime insomnia. Imagine yourself as Ellen, a 70-year-old retired schoolteacher. Every evening, around 11:00 p.m., you sit on your bed, the soft glow of your bedside lamp illuminating the pages of the book you're trying to read. But tonight, just like many nights before, sleep feels miles away. You've glanced at the clock several times, your eyes heavy with fatigue, but sleep refuses to come. Why is that? You feel exhausted, but sleep still seems elusive. The culprit: the long nap you took earlier in the afternoon. Ellen, like many older adults, has a habit of napping to recharge in the middle of the day. However, the price she's paying for these long afternoon naps is disrupted nighttime sleep. When you nap for too long during the day, your body doesn't build up enough sleep pressure necessary to fall into deep sleep at night. Sleep pressure is the gradual buildup of tiredness throughout the day, which pulls you naturally into slumber at night. But when you nap too long, you reduce that pressure, making it much harder to fall asleep when bedtime rolls around. A notable study from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that older adults who nap for more than an hour during the day are significantly more likely to struggle with insomnia at night. These individuals not only take longer to fall asleep, but they also wake up more often during the night, only to feel as though they haven't rested at all. These interruptions to the night's sleep don't just leave you groggy the next day, they also disrupt the natural flow of restorative sleep. For Ellen, her long nap in the afternoon has led to a restless night, where she wakes up at 3 a.m. with her heart racing from a dream she can't remember. Then, she's left to lie there, staring at the ceiling until morning. This pattern isn't just detrimental to her physical health, it also affects her emotional well-being. Poor sleep leads to increased anxiety, frustration, and a sense of isolation. Ellen isn't alone in this struggle, and many older adults don't realize that their long naps are contributing to their nighttime restlessness. Sleep expert Dr. Karen Mitchell explains that our bodies need a certain amount of sleep drive to fall into deep, restorative sleep at night. However, when you nap for extended periods, that sleep drive diminishes. It's like deflating a balloon before it's time to use it. The pressure is gone, and when nighttime arrives, your body isn't tired enough to fall asleep. This is why Ellen finds herself lying awake at night, frustrated and restless, after what she thought was a rejuvenating nap. Long naps also deprive you of other essential factors that contribute to a good night's sleep, like exposure to natural light and physical activity throughout the day. Ellen may feel comfortable napping in her cozy, darkened room, but that darkness reduces her body's ability to distinguish day from night. Natural light plays a critical role in regulating your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that tells your body when to wake and when to sleep. When you nap too long during the day, you miss out on these vital cues, making it harder to feel alert during the day and fall asleep when night falls. The lack of sunlight and decreased physical activity during the day can cause you to feel sleepy during the day and wired at night. This leads to a disrupted sleep cycle, where your body no longer knows when to rest. As a result, you might experience days of fatigue and nights of restlessness. These long naps trap you in a cycle of poor sleep, leaving you feeling drained and disconnected. Sleep expert Dr. Harrison points out that shorter naps, around 20 to 30 minutes, are ideal for recharging without interfering with your nighttime sleep. A brief nap gives you the boost you need to power through the day, but it doesn't rob you of the sleep drive you need at night. For Ellen, reducing the length of her naps could be the key to improving her nighttime sleep. By cutting her naps short and making time for physical activity throughout the day, she could start to break the cycle of poor sleep. This would allow her to enjoy better sleep at night, improve her overall energy levels, and avoid the frustration of lying awake when she should be resting. Third, weaken metabolism and digestion. Imagine Clara, a 75-year-old widow with a passion for cooking. On a quiet afternoon, she enjoys a hearty vegetable stew, filling the kitchen with the warm scents of carrots, potatoes, and thyme. She savors every bite, appreciating the comfort of her meal. Afterward, as the warmth of the food settles in, Clara feels the familiar pull of her armchair. The soft throw blanket is waiting, ready to cocoon her into a peaceful nap. It's a routine she's cherished for years, a moment to rest her tired legs and recharge. But lately, something has changed. After waking up from her nap, Clara feels sluggish and bloated. There's a sense of discomfort that lingers long after she opens her eyes. Could her innocent, restorative nap be causing more than just drowsiness? Here's what's happening inside her body. When you nap for long periods, especially after a large meal, it can interfere with both your metabolism and your digestion. Your body is designed to stay active during the day, using energy from food to fuel your activities. But when you lie down for an extended nap, everything slows down. Research has shown that prolonged naps can actually reduce the rate at which your body burns calories, leading to weight gain and a feeling of fatigue and sluggishness, just like what Clara is now experiencing. Normally, when you eat, your body processes the food more efficiently. If you stay upright or engage in light physical activity, a brief walk, or even just standing up after eating helps stimulate digestion. This movement aids in breaking down food and ensures that nutrients are properly absorbed and distributed throughout the body. But when you nap instead of moving, you essentially hit the brakes on this process. Food sits in your stomach longer, causing bloating, discomfort, and even indigestion. Clara has started to notice this discomfort more often after her naps. The food that once felt nourishing now seems to linger, moving through her system like a lazy river rather than a swift current. She might chalk it up to getting older, but research shows this isn't just a natural part of aging. It's a consequence of excessive napping. Dr. Stephen Langley, a metabolic health specialist, explains that when you nap too long after eating, you're effectively giving your digestive system a break, which can cause a backup of food in your stomach. This stagnation can lead to bloating, acid reflux, and a feeling of heaviness, like Clara has experienced after her long naps. It's as if her body is trying to process the food, but because she's lying down, the digestive process is slowed. The impact doesn't stop there. Studies have shown that prolonged naps, particularly those lasting longer than an hour, are linked to a higher risk of insulin resistance, a condition where the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, leading to an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Clara, who prides herself on her independence and enjoys driving to the farmer's market every Saturday, could be unknowingly putting herself at risk with these long naps. Her body isn't burning calories at the rate it once did, and her blood sugar levels may be fluctuating more than they should, leading to weight gain, fatigue, and long-term health risks. But there's a way out of this cycle. Experts like Dr. Langley suggest replacing long naps with lighter physical activity. For Clara, a short walk around her garden, feeling the crunch of gravel beneath her feet, the scent of rosemary in the air, could help revitalize her metabolism. Just standing to water her basil could nudge her digestive system into action and help her avoid that post-nap bloating. If Clara cuts her naps short, just 20 to 30 minutes at most, she could still get the rest she craves without derailing her metabolism and digestion. A short nap provides a quick recharge without the prolonged slowdown that longer naps can cause. By incorporating more movement into her day and being mindful of how long she naps, Clara could protect her metabolism, boost her energy, and keep her digestion functioning as it should. In short, those long naps may seem like a simple pleasure, but they're causing Clara's metabolism and digestion to slow down in ways she didn't expect. By making small adjustments, like limiting nap time and staying more active, Clara can reclaim the vibrant, energetic lifestyle she's worked hard to maintain. Fourth, altering brain function and memory. Imagine Thomas, a 69-year-old retired accountant with a sharp mind and a deep love for history. His afternoons are often spent solving the daily crossword puzzle with a hot cup of black coffee or chatting with his grandson about the Civil War, recounting stories from his younger days. But lately, something's been different. Thomas has begun to experience lapses in memory, words slipping away mid-sentence, thoughts becoming elusive like butterflies just out of reach. He found himself standing in a grocery store parking lot the other day, unable to remember where he had parked his car, feeling a sinking unease he couldn't shake. For Thomas, his post-lunch nap has always been a reliable way to reset his mind, a 9-minute rest that he believes sharpens his focus. However, in recent months, he started to question whether his long naps are contributing to the forgetfulness he's been experiencing. Could his afternoon nap, which once seemed like a harmless respite, be quietly dulling the mental clarity he once prided himself on? Here's what's happening. The brain, much like the rest of your body, relies on rhythm and balance. A short nap, around 20 to 30 minutes, can refresh your focus, recharge your memory, and help you retain information more effectively. It's like taking a quick sip of water on a hot day, rejuvenating and refreshing, allowing you to dive back into your activities with renewed energy. But when daytime sleep stretches too long, like Thomas's 90-minute nap, it becomes less like a refreshing break and more like a storm rolling in, clouding the clarity that you need for memory retention. Research supports this idea. Studies have found a significant link between long daytime naps and an increased risk of cognitive decline in older adults. In particular, a study focused on Alzheimer's and dementia patients found that those who napped for more than an hour daily had a much higher risk of developing memory-related diseases. What's happening in the brain is more than just a simple lapse in concentration. It's a disruption in the brain's natural rhythm for consolidating and storing memories. The brain has a delicate process that happens during deep sleep at night. In this stage, the brain works hard to clear out toxins, strengthen neural connections, and store the day's information. However, when you nap too long during the day, it reduces the amount of restorative sleep your brain gets at night. This cutback in nighttime deep sleep means that fewer memories are processed, and the connections that help you remember important things are weakened. Dr. Elizabeth Carter, a neuroscientist, explains that the brain thrives on consistency. It needs a structured sleep-wake cycle to function properly. The long naps that Thomas takes, though seemingly harmless, interfere with the deep sleep his brain craves at night, making it more difficult to form and retrieve memories. As a result, Thomas's brain isn't getting the full benefit of nighttime sleep, leading to the mental fog he started to notice more frequently. But it's not just about the quantity of sleep. It's about the quality of stimulation during the day. When Thomas naps for an extended period, he's not only missing out on the deep sleep he needs at night, but he's also skipping out on activities that could keep his mind sharp. The documentary he meant to watch, the conversation with his neighbor about the old mill down the road, the crossword puzzle he promised himself he'd finish. These small mental exercises keep the brain engaged, help maintain cognitive flexibility, and provide the stimulation necessary to preserve memory and focus. Deuter Carter further adds that the brain thrives on both challenge and connection. When you nap too long, you're depriving your brain of both. The act of napping during the day means missing out on intellectual challenges, social interactions, and the movement that helps keep the brain firing on all cylinders. This lack of stimulation, over time, leads to a mental dullness that can feel like the brain is being deprived of what it needs to stay sharp. For Thomas, it's not just about forgetting where he parked his car. The fear of cognitive decline is beginning to creep in, and he wonders whether those long naps are worth the toll they're taking on his memory. He's starting to question whether the comfort of a nap is worth the sacrifice of his mental clarity. The solution, however, doesn't require drastic changes. Experts recommend capping naps at no more than 30 minutes, which is enough to refresh the mind without interfering with the brain's natural rhythm. In addition to shorter naps, filling the day with small mental challenges, like reading a chapter of a book, solving a riddle, or engaging in a stimulating conversation, can keep the brain active and sharp. These simple activities help maintain cognitive function and may even reduce the risk of dementia or other memory-related conditions. For Thomas, cutting his naps short and focusing on staying mentally engaged throughout the day could help him preserve his memory and mental agility. By reducing the time spent napping, he could give his brain the rest it needs at night, allowing it to process and store memories more effectively. As we conclude our journey through the hidden consequences of excessive daytime sleep, it's clear that those seemingly harmless afternoon naps can have a profound impact on our health, especially as we age. From disrupting our circadian rhythm to affecting metabolism, digestion, brain function, cardiovascular health, and even our emotional well-being, the risks of too much daytime sleep are more significant than many realize. Take a moment to reflect on the stories we've shared: Margaret in her garden, Harold in his workshop, Ellen with her cat, Clara in her kitchen, Thomas with his books, Gloria in her garden, Victor in his shed, and Leela with her canvas. Each of them has a piece of you. Whether it's a nap you've cherished, restlessness you've wrestled with, or the subtle heaviness that creeps in when you don't quite feel your best, daytime sleep can feel like a gentle gift, a soft escape in the middle of a busy world. But when those naps stretch too far, they start to weave an intricate web of unintended consequences: a disrupted sleep cycle, a sluggish body, a foggy mind, and a heart that isn't as strong as it once was. The good news is, you have the power to make a change by making small adjustments, like shortening your naps to 2030 minutes, incorporating more movement into your day, and getting exposure to natural light. You can start to regain your energy, sharpen your focus, and restore a healthier, more vibrant version of yourself. It's not about eliminating rest, it's about finding balance. A short nap can be a much-needed recharge, but when those naps extend too long, they can erode your well-being over time. So, consider trimming back the length of your naps, staying active, and embracing the daylight. These simple shifts can help you reclaim the vitality and joy you deserve. Now, think about your own relationship with sleep. Have you ever felt the pull of a long nap? Maybe it's helped you get through a long day, or perhaps it's left you wide awake when the stars come out. Share your story with us. How has daytime sleep touched your life? What's one small change you'll make moving forward? Whether it's a shorter nap, a step outside for some fresh air, or simply adjusting your routine, your voice matters. It's a thread in the larger tapestry of experience, and your insight might be the nudge someone else needs. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Here's to brighter days filled with energy, nights wrapped in restful sleep, and a life that shines just a little brighter.